viewers, today we're going to do a bit of switching on Cajon Pass. So the first thing we need to do, I'll just turn the HUD back on for this, and I'm using the free switch scenario. Unusually, this one actually needs to be set up. That's okay. Let's jump into more options. And operator controls, auto brake cut-in, and set the brake to lead. I'm guessing that's because they don't actually know which end you're going to drive from. So she's pumping up quite happily. Let's get that off now. We don't need banking comm today, so we won't bother, but we will have some headlights on. We do need to pop our reverser in. Just ponk that down there. And we also need to get onto the switch. I really wish you could have the circle without having the HUD on. That would make me very happy. Alright, let's get rid of the HUD. Forward gear. Couple of big honks. Brakes releasing. Looks good. Little bit of power. Just notch to kill the Beelzebub. Now let's just jump into the map, see where we're going. Let's set a few points, because you know you don't want to run through them if you can avoid it. Ew, that was a quick flick, wasn't it? Alright, well we're coming down here. The carriages we're going to play with are all in this yard down here. So we're going to come all the way down here, and it looks like it's pretty much set till we get to the yard throat, which is here. And that one's fine. They're all good, because we're just going to play with these carriages here. And I do kind of mean play with. So, I'm just going to head down there now. Let's have a look at our ES44C4. It's pretty good, doesn't it? A little bit of a misty day out here in the desert. We cruise down through the yard. Just powering off back to idle now. Don't want to cruise through the yard too quickly. Pretty sure I'm doing about double the speed limit now. Now, right through switching, our friend is going to be this fella down here, the independent brake. So I'm using rail driver, so I don't touch the controls, but this is the brake handle we'll be using, running from put it to full. Now the reason we're using it when we're switching or shunting is because it's a very quick brake. So I can go to fully applied very quickly with a lot of brake cylinder pressure, 72 pounds, and I can drop it all the way back to zero again just as quickly, and it has a very quick impact on the locomotives. We're almost where we're going anyway, so it probably wasn't a bad time to slow down. So it's normal practice to use the independent brake when switching, unless your train is big or you're on a massive gradient, in which case you might actually use the train brake. Now the trains in this game are what's described as bottled, which means they already have air, so when you couple up to them you don't have to pump very hard to move them. In normal railroad practice, bottling is frowned upon, although they might charge up a train with a ground-based compressor to get it pumped up before they put the road power on to take it out. But that would be the last thing they did before it went. You don't leave train sets bottled up. And the reason you don't is because they can roll away. Here's the yard tower down here. Might just put a bit more power on actually. We don't need you all day doing this, do we? So I'm just going to show you the basics of putting a train together. We'll pick some of these car sets over here pretty much at random and jam up. Probably we'll take those three down there actually. Why not? They're close together and we can put all three into a train. So the track we're going to want to be on is that inside one over there. figuring out where that goes. Let's just get our brakes on using the independent. Just going to come up to this switch here. And we're going to flip that one over because it wasn't actually set, but that's alright. Now, I don't think that's actually quite taken us far enough for where we want to go. That's alright. Get a bit of movement, got the little clangers going. Just get our set past this switch that we're going over now. And we can stop again there. Alright, now we're also going to use the 3 camera to go and set switches and things. Might be a little bit hard without the HUD on, so I'll just pop it back on so we know where our dot's going. Let's flip him over. Flip him that way maybe. Alright, now we'll just have a quick look at the map. We'll leave the clangers of doom running. So we're going to head down here. So I also want to switch this one to come down this inner set of roads. And switch that one. And everybody else looks pretty happy. And we're going to be switching these sets of cars here. So this set, and this set. And we'll just join them all together into one set. So let's prepare by switching the points to get through to there. Everything else is set. Then we'll come back and get this set because its next one's over, and then we'll come and get this set. So in the meantime, let's get going. So let's jump back in the cab. Into reverse. A couple of honks let people know we're going. Independent brake off. And let's throttle up. Now you don't want to throttle up too hard. You haven't got much of a load on. You've only got your own train. Let's get rid of the bell. I know it's prototypical. You'd leave it on switching in the yard, okay? But, you know, I really don't like it. So we're up to 10 mile an hour now, so I'm going to power off. Because we don't have very far to go. And it's very easy to get out of control very quickly. Let's just get rid of the HUD again. So right now I'm not powering at all, still sitting on 11 miles an hour. We're going down to that furthest set that you can see first. And we don't want to hit a set at any more than 4 mile an hour. But what I am going to do is I'm going to follow the standard US safety practice. Just getting back into the 3 camera to get it into a useful place. We're going to stop just before the set. It's called a safety stop. And that lets the man on the ground, I shouldn't say the man on the ground, rude. The person on the ground to step between the cars and make sure the couplings are actually lined up and open. Now, a lot of people find switching or shunting a little bit boring. I actually find it quite fascinating because one of the things I like to do is set up a bit of a shunting puzzle. And I've done this on one of my live streams. What I did was I moved some cars around and made a mess, and then I had to sort them into an order, and a particular order of cars in particular places. And it's quite easy to tie yourself up in knots doing these things. Alrighto, Mr. Engineer. 10 cars. For the rest of this, we're going to be the switchman. So let's get down onto the point where the switchman would stand. Just go up a little bit. 5 cars. At which point the engineer's going to start slowing down. Maybe not that much. 3 cars. Keep it coming. Two cars. Keep it coming. 1 car. Keep it coming. Half a car. Safety stop, please. 3 points, mate. Now, when they call out the 3 points, what that means is reverse into neutral, independent brakers fully applied, and I'll have to turn the HUD back on for this. Turn off the generator field. So, back out here again. We can come in here and we can see that this coupler is actually open. Let's just go up a bit higher and have a look down at it. Yep, so that one's open. What about the coupler on our locomotive? That one's open too. Very good. Alright, now we'll come up here and stand next to this one. Alright mate, you can take off your 3 points. So we'll jump back in the cab now just so we can do that. I won't do these for all of them. We can do reverse, brake released. And back outside again. Alright, off we go. Let's get up on top of this and we can watch these couple up. Here he comes. 3 meters. 1 meter. Red light, couple up. Alright, so you see how the knuckles close then? Just turn off the bell again. You can see how the knuckles have both closed and they've locked together. So if I was to come down here and yank the coupler bar, and I'll yank the one on the loco too just to make it really obvious, and we come back up here again, you can't really see much of a you can't really see much of a visual difference. But if we move away now, you'll see that they'll uncouple, because you can see this pin here is pulled up. And if you look at the bottom of that coupler, you'll see the same thing on the freight coupler. There we go. Righto, mate. Stop there. Now you see that pin automatically drop back in again. So we're going to bring them back together now. Now both couplers are open. But just in case they weren't, I'm not sure if I can do this in Transit World. No, I can't. I was going to show you them shut, but you can't actually do that. So there we go. Righto, mate. Come and grab them. 1 yard. Righto, mate. Red light, coupled up. Now, on a real train, you'd also have to make sure that the couplers were actually aligned properly. And you can just hear the compressors pumped up the brakes on the train and they just released. Did you notice how the couplers came closer together then? That's because, and you heard the compressor running as well. Alright, so we know that train's ready to roll, so let's get him out of here. Pull ahead, mate. I'll let you know when to stop. Now as switchman, you'd come up to the next set of cars and you'd prepare these while you're waiting for him to do his thing. Now he's going to do his own thing, okay? Now this one's closed, so we're going to leave it that way. And hopefully the coupler on the back of that set will be closed too. So we'll just let him go on his own merry way down there. And meanwhile we'll walk up to this switch, or fly at 1,000,000 miles an hour, one or the other. Just stand here out of the way, let him run past. Now you let the engineer do his own thing when he's pulling ahead, and you go, alrighto engineer, 5 cars, and he's going to start slowing down at that point. 4 cars, 3 cars, 2 cars. Keep it going. Keep it going. Last one. Keep it going. Keep it going. Alright, mate, stop there. Crossing tracks behind you. Now your switchman, you'll wait for that train set to stop moving. There we go. You never go in behind a train set that you don't know whether it's going to move. Now that coupler is open. And we're going to come up here to this set of cars we're coupling to, these tank cars. Now what'll be interesting, because this one's closed and that one's open, they probably should actually couple together, I think. Righto, mate, come on back. 5 cars. Now, as an engineer, you'd give it a bit of a juice to get it moving, but straight away, power off. So we're running at 5 miles an hour now. 4 cars, mate. 3 cars. 2 cars. Safety stop there, please, mate. Once they stop moving, going in, mate. So the driver will be up the front, or the engineer, since he's an American. So in reality, these things can move from side to side, and on straight sidings, they're pretty easy to line up, but on curves, they'll be quite hard. Now, technically, with one open and one closed, these should couple up. So let's just see what happens here. I'm just going to nip up here, just get out of the way so I don't get hit. Righto, mate, come back. Alright, the second we see it move, alright, red light, mate. Coupled up. Now you notice how the open one just folded around the closed one and they coupled up fine. The compressor's now pumping up that train. And then we'll be able to move. Alrighto, mate, get it out of here. Clear to go ahead. Meanwhile, we'll come wandering up to the next switch. It'll take him a little while to get out of there. Check behind us, of course, make sure there's nothing coming. Now, as a switch person on the ground, it's your responsibility to make sure that you do not get run over. Because you have to remember that a train could move at any time. And that goes in the game as much as it goes in reality. In the game, the consequences aren't all that high. It's like, ooh, train hit me. In real life, just the slightest nudge from something this heavy, you're dead. It's that simple. You're just dead. I've put some brakes on now because we're a bit quick. So what we got? 1, 2, 3, 4 cars, mate. And that'll let him know that he needs to start slowing down quite a bit. And we'll head up to this set of points up here. But we want that one. Alright, mate. 2 cars. Keep it coming. Last one, mate. Keep it going. Alright, mate. You are clear of the switch. I'll be going in when it settles. Alright, so that one's rolled back a bit, so we need to make sure it is still clear of the switch. And it very much is, definitely. Still moving around a little bit, bouncing around on the springs, so you've got to be aware of that. Don't cross too close to them. Generally speaking, with a train, if you know it's in control and you're running it in the set, you wouldn't go any closer than about 1.5 to 2 yards to the thing, or same in meters. Righto, mate. Come back. Six cars. You haven't got far to go, so take it easy. Alright, now our boxcar here is open. Righto, mate. 5 cars to go. Four cars to go. 3 cars to go. 2 cars to go. Half a car. Stop it there. Safety stop. Now they are actually going to couple because I didn't stop him quick enough. Now one thing I did just notice is normally the game couples the air hoses together and it didn't. So we might pull these apart. Actually, we'll try give him a stretch. All right, mate, we're going to stretch him out. And what that means to the driver is he's going to pull ahead. So I think we might have encountered a little bit of a bug there. All right, so the couples are definitely locked up. All right, that's it, mate. I wonder if the other one's coupled. Let's go have a look. No, they didn't. How weird's that? Alright. Let's see if the brakes actually work then. Alright, apply a train brake, please. Yep, they're working despite the fact the air hoses aren't coupled up. Just saw the brake block move. Alright, release the train brake. Now there you go. That's about all there is to switching, apart from our little issue there. As they say in the classics, that's okay. Alright, I hope this has been interesting for you. Thanks for watching. This train's now ready to go out on the road, so yeah, get out of here, mate. You're all done. Normally there'd be a car inspection and a brake inspection, all those sorts of things before it went anywhere. But we'll just send him out on his way. And hope for the best. So, thanks for watching. I hope this has been a useful tutorial for you. And we shall see you later. Bye.